Okay, what follows is a review of the film Lucy. Now, before I crack on with this, I just want to apologise. I wasn't really in the mood for this review. It wasn't really something that I had a lot to say about, but Core was pretty adamant he wanted to review this, so I kind of reverted to a more sleazy kind of mode that I was in of having seen the film with Scarlett Johansson.
Because when they do catch up with her, she just basically demolishes them. Just like literally can't hit them.
She could demolish me any day, seriously.
But yeah, they literally like can't touch you because you can just like stop them with a mine and just like dangle them in midair, and they're basically powerless.
Again, she could dangle me in midair.
Stop.
All I really had to say about the film was she was fit. Didn't really have anything else to contribute other than that, so I'm aware it's a bit of a crap review, but I think Core wants this to go up anyway, so here it is.
Welcome to Brand X Reviews. We're doing a review today of the film Lucy with Scarlett Johansson.
She's fit.
Yeah, I think she passed Steve-O's fucking hell.
Oh, fucking hell.
Kind of seal of approval. Yeah, a bit of an odd film. It's one of those things that kind of came out of nowhere and you didn't really know much about it going in. I just got sold with the trailer, really.
Yeah, pretty much. All I know is that Scarlett Johansson in, and it kind of looks interesting. She's fit, so...
Yeah, basically, we only use 10% of our brains, but for some reason she's going to use 100%. Basically, it wasn't a bad film. I enjoyed it for what it was, but in a lot of ways it's also a forgettable film. I don't think I'm going to be remembering it in like a week or a month's time, It's just going to be something that's going to drift off into the background for me. How do you think about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, she's quite a good actress. Liked her in a lot of other films as well, like The Island and stuff. She's fairly fit in that. And Avengers, pretty fit in that too. So she's fairly fit in this, so that's all I really can say, really. But good film.
Yeah, on the subject of the Avengers, if you're coming to see like a Black Widow spy-ish thing where like somebody gets super intelligent and does lots of slick stuff, you're not really going to get that in this film. It's more... She starts developing mental powers and she can do all kinds of stuff. Basically, moving into spoilers, that was our spoiler-free part of the review. From now on, we will be giving stuff away. It's one of those things where if you've seen the trailer, you've kind of seen the film. Or at least I felt that way, because pretty much the trailer shows you all the major beats of the film, really. Like, the major action pieces, just in a much shorter version. Mostly like confrontations and so forth. There's no real... I'd almost say there's no real bad guy, because there's kind of basically the guys who give her the drug, but at no point are they really like a threat to her, so it's not like think, oh crap, they're going to catch up with her, because when they do catch up with her, she just basically demolishes them, just like... They literally can't hit them.
She could demolish me any day, seriously.
But yeah, they literally like can't touch you because you can just like stop them with a mine and just like dangle them in midair, and they're basically powerless.
Again, she could dangle me in midair.
Stop. Yeah, it's also one of those films that's got a bit of an abrupt end, because basically she reaches 100% of her potential and becomes... Basically, I took it she basically becomes like a god. She can do anything now. But basically, the setup's actually more interesting than the film. Basically, they've got this like drug. You're never really told exactly what the drug does. It's basically explained what it is. It's like something to do with like this drug that's given to like babies in the womb that helps them grow, and they've like figured out like a synthetic version of this like growth hormone or whatever, and presumably it gets you high, but you don't really know this. You just know that some kind of smooth guy is getting some like brutal Asian gangsters to like sneak it into places, basically using unwitting kind of mules. Basically just seems to be people that grabbed, cut open, stuff the drugs in them and then shipping them out. And basically she gets the drug because basically this like creepy guy is feeling her up, and she like basically like tells him to fuck off kind of thing. And he like slaps her and like kicks her around quite a bit, and it basically breaks the like baggie inside her, and she gets like a massive dose of this like growth hormone, which is what triggers the whole slow evolution to like 100% of her mental capacity.
Well, yeah. she's fit, you know.
That's the best you've got. I was looking for something a little bit more creative, and you're like,
well,
lectury.
Yeah. I don't know. She looked kind of fit. But yeah, she was. You could kind of. She was wearing like a t-shirt, it's fairly see-through at that point, and yeah, she was really fit.
Yeah, especially one of those films where there's not that much to say about it. Basically, after she like starts evolving, she effectively loses human emotions, or at least that's how she's described. She goes from being like this basically, I don't want to say like stupid person, but she's like presented as like being a bit naive or...
Kind of a bimbo, really.
Yeah, she kind of gets basically like forced into delivering this package, and it all goes like horribly wrong, like complete spirals out of control until once the drug gets in her, she very quickly seems to like lose her humanity. To the point where she just like point blank shoots this guy on the operating table, because basically her rationale is, I need help more, and you can't save this guy because he's got an inoperable tumour anyway, so I'm just making it quick for him. Although, one kind of plot hole I saw, I don't know if you saw this, but why didn't she just kill like the Asian like mobster when she's like poking around in his head? She's already shown that she's pretty much emotionless at this point. She quite happily like kneecaps the guy because he can't speak English, and she shoots another guy because he's like in the way. But she doesn't do anything to this guy, and then just leaves him free to be coming after her later.
Yeah,
Technically, a lot of people die because she didn't just like... Basically, she had him at her mercy. She had him like nailed to a chair with like 2 knives.
That's a good point.
Because, I don't know, the weirdest thing in this film is the reaction of a lot of the people other than her. Because she's supposed to be a bit emotionless and kind of out of it because she's like basically evolving to a point where she understands everything. She is everything. She's so much beyond humanity that she's left her humanity behind. But a lot of the people just have some really weird reactions to things. Like basically this cop that you see quite a bit in the trailer, and he really doesn't do much. He's there basically to slow down the bad guys at the end, which again they wouldn't have to do if she just stopped them like then and there. But at no point does he seem interested in arresting these people, even when she's like dangling him in midair and they're helpless. And he could like do something. He's just pretty much following along like a little sheep. And he doesn't seem to like mind that she's driving ridiculously fast through traffic and there's like all these accidents happening behind him. It's like, you're a really shit cop.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be there for much of a reason other than just kind of put somebody...
Yeah, and also so they can show in the trailer them like kissing, which the trailer kind of made out like it was going to be a thing. It's literally nothing in the film. She like kisses him and says he's there as a reminder, presumably of her humanity, but you don't see any sign of that. He's not...
But still, I mean, lucky bastard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the only rationale I can think for it, is he's basically just being a terrible cop because he's too busy going, oh, fucking hell, and leching.
Pretty much.
And basically, the end of the film is just literally, she reaches 100%, the cop shoots the like Asian mobster, a load of people died who didn't really need to die if she'd actually been like moderately smart and like taken out the threat like when she could. And she just like reaches 100% and she's now everywhere, she's everything.
Didn't seem like there was much of a point to it.
Yeah, she sort of leaves behind this flash drive that's apparently got the secrets to life, the universe and everything. But that's kind of it. It was one of those films, not quite, was it Mission to Mars?
Yeah.
With the, is that it? Ending, where it just literally reaches the end and you're like, and? But it is one of those things, it's like, I kind of went into this film expecting it to be a lot more, this person's getting steadily more and more intelligent. Yeah, she's got superpowers as well, but she's going to be doing intelligent things and like outsmarting the bad guys. I was kind of expecting the smooth English-speaking guy who seemed to be in charge of it to come back into it. You know, like basically there's the Asian mob boss, and there's also the...
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, there's like the whole film seems to forget about him.
Yeah, don't really go anywhere, does it?
Because even when she's reading his mind, she like flashes back to that guy.
Yeah, don't really.
And it's like, well, is he supposed to be a thing? Is he supposed to be in this film? What's going on? It's a bit pointless to have him in the film if he literally serves no purpose. He's not the antagonist. She's not trying to get revenge for what was done to her. She's not... I mean, it's sort of suggested that she's trying to pass on the secrets that she's learning to... Damn it, Morgan Freeman, but no, it is actually Morgan
name
Freeman.
remembering.
No, I was actually thinking Lawrence.
You were thinking Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, I was like,
racist bastard.
I was like, no, actually, I was thinking like, I know it's Morgan Freeman, but like, who's the other guy that I was going to like save from mistake?
The other one. What the other what? Packy? You know?
No, basically that's an old joke that
See how Robocop.
Samuel L. Jackson came out with because this idiot, he was actually like a professional like movie reviewer, mistook him for Lawrence Fishburne. He's like, you do know there's more than one black guy in films, right?
Oh hell no!
So we're not moving on from this. I'm enjoying like taking the mick out of you too much, you idiots. But yeah, he's in the film basically just to be Morgan Freeman. It seems he's the guy who does a very serious voice and explains like about people gaining 100% of their mental capacity, which is already, I think, a bit of a flawed concept. 'Cause as far as I know, the 10% of the brain thing is just like not really true, because I'm pretty sure Mythbusters actually busted that one. They put some guy in one of those like brain scan MRI things and actually proved that, well, yeah, when you're resting, you're probably not using much of your brain, but when you're like thinking or talking or doing anything mentally stimulating, you're using up like 50 to 60% of your brain anyway. But yeah, it reminded us a lot of the film Limitless.
Bradley Cooper one.
Mm-hmm. With, what's his name?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
How do you forget Robert De Niro's name? Jesus, man.
Yes. I have some name remembering. You see, I need the drug. I need to use 100% of my name so I can remember people.
His name remembering motherfuckerage is limitless. Seriously.
No, actually, I was thinking Bradley Cooper was the guy who made the film. I was like, well, who's the main guy in it? Oh, no, it's Bradley Cooper's the main guy in it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, this is a very similar premise, actually, right down to the fact that there's a drug. This guy who's basically like a failed author takes it, and he slowly gets more and more intelligent to the point that he's not exactly superhuman, but he is so smart he can predict what you're going to do before you do it. He can outfight anybody because his brain's literally that fast that he can figure out what you're going to do before you do it and basically counter it. I mean, he's being chased through this by like killers and like mobsters and stuff, and he's basically, even though they've got weapons, he's able to stay a step ahead of them and literally turn his life around. Now, this is more of what I was thinking this film was going to be, but it really isn't. So I was thinking, Scarlett Johansson's going to get this drug put in her, and then she's basically going to be Black Widow with like psychic powers, but she really isn't. She's a bit... If it says she's got this like super intelligence going on, she's a bit thick.
She's still fit though.
Well, yes, but she doesn't do anything like cunning or clever. She doesn't have any like clever plans. She just basically walks into places and like, right, I'm going to use my mind powers to like do whatever I want to do.
I think her thing was to like pass it on, because we were talking about like cells, like, you know,
Yeah.
and stuff.
So she kind of passes on this. You see, that was what I was thinking the like cop's role was going to be. She was going to like
Children with
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
But no, she just basically makes this weird flash drive that kind of twinkles like it's got stars
Instead
in
of
it,
a sex scene, you know.
and just gives that to Morgan Freeman, and then vanishes. But yeah, if you're looking for something more kind of along the lines of not exactly a spy thriller, but somebody being like smart and slick and clever, you're probably better off with, like, say, Limitless.
It was written and directed by Luke Besson as well, which is fairly surprising. Cause
Is it?
Yeah.
Both by the same...
Yeah. No, I mean, not that wasn't.
Alright.
I mean, Luke Besson wrote and directed it, because a lot of his films, some of them are a bit weird, like The Fifth Element and stuff, but usually like Leon and... I think it's like other ones he's done actually that I've liked. I mean, he's like written like things like Transport and stuff as well, but usually his films are quite good.
Like I say, if you go into this expecting an action film, you won't exactly be disappointed because there are car chases and like fancy stuff where she's throwing people around and things. But basically, I will literally say if you've seen the trailer, you've seen all the action bits, or at least a bit of all the action bits. There's no action scenes that really surprised me or came out of nowhere. It's like, well, I saw that in the trailer. I saw that in the trailer, and I've seen that bit in the trailer as well. And I'm pretty much I've seen all this in the trailer actually.
Yeah. So not a bad film, but not that great.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing I'd actually more recommend you wait until it comes out on DVD and just like Netflix it or.
Don't say download it because we'll get taken off YouTube for
No.
copyright. No, we can't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's not as if freedom of speech or anything, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, basically Netflix it or get it on DVD, and it's a good film to just watch, kill an hour, half an hour.
Wasn't half an hour. An hour
and a half.
Yeah.
And then just move on with your life. You're not going to take anything away from it.
Did you say an hour and then half an hour because you watch it for an hour, crack one off to Scarlett Johansson, and then watch the other half hour? Because it was actually an hour and a half long. So.
Well, I don't know. Did you really make it a full hour before?
I don't know.
I don't know what you and Steve-O were up to on the sofa next to us.
Very quickly, just out of the cinema, everyone.
Yeah, we basically went to see this at the Everyman rather than going to Cineworld or The View like we usually do. This place is in Leeds, but it's like a chain. There are other ones of these like cinemas all around. It's a really nice place, and I would strongly recommend it. You're looking at paying a couple of quid more, but I don't want to sound really elitist, but it is almost like a more adult cinema. Basically, you can go in, you can like sit down on like they're more like sofas rather than like cinema chairs, and there's plenty of room. And basically, you can take food in with you, you can take drink in with you. There's like a proper bar and like mini pizzeria thing where they'll do food.
Yeah, very nice. It was quite a small seating capacity, but yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a couple of.
But in some ways, that's good because you're less likely to get as many dickheads because there's literally not as many seats.
Yeah.
And I also got the impression that it wasn't just like where you go into the cinema and you just abandoned. There were like people around, like making sure you got into the right seat and so forth. So I rather suspect if you were in there going, like being like twats, you'd get thrown out pretty quickly. Like I say, in some ways I remember the cinema more than I'm going to remember this film.
Yeah, that's true. I see what you mean.
So yeah, quick shout out to that. It's called Everyman Cinemas, and I would heartily recommend it. At least give it a try, see if you like it. It's worth a couple of quid extra. I'd definitely go and see the film there.
Because I mean, View's like tens. I mean, View can be over a tenner sometimes.
Yeah. So. And like I say, in that you get people farting around with their cell phones, which I didn't notice this time, which is rare.
I did. You did it at one point. I think you were turning it off.
I was turning it off, which was the only reason I had it out. But yeah, I wasn't there like every 5 minutes texting to somebody.
Yeah.
And like, illuminating the entire cinema behind you, because,
Pretty sure if you put like a bat in front of some of these phones, you could like project that into the sky.
Seems that way sometimes, because that can really take me out of the film when there's like basically this bright light in the corner of you, and you're like, what the hell's that? Oh, God, it's in phone.
Anyway,
also, less kids, because that can be a problem, especially when we go to the cinema in Bradford. You tend to get a lot of people who are obviously like dodging school and stuff.
Yeah, skivers, like turning up like towards the end of the film or something.
Yeah, and then just like hanging around and talking and generally being like loud and obnoxious through the film, which again really takes me out of the film and like gets on my nerves.
Yeah, you tell them, will you fuck off, please? A lot of the please on the end of it. It's classic. But yeah, I think we'll probably leave it there, and I think we're running out of time anyway on the thing.
Yeah.
So, that's the film Lucy. Like I say, my contribution to this review is just Scarlett Johansson's fit.
But then again, if you just want to like see her being fit, I'd stick with the Avengers or Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Or Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, exactly.
She's fitter in those, but I think that's just because I've got a thing for redheads.
To all the redheads out there you go. Bit of a pledge there. Right, yeah, no, that's it. So yeah, well.
Yeah, it's one of those films where it's kind of telling that we don't really have much to talk about. It's a film we've come out with, and like I say, we could go through it scene by scene, but you'd be like, well, you're just recounting the trailer, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just watch the trailer, you've seen the film. But yeah, anyway, brandxreviews.com. and we're going to be covering plenty of stuff. Sin City 2 probably in the near future, because that's the next one that's coming out. So, I guess that's it.
I'll forget many more names in that as well, I'm quite sure.
Plenty more. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.